Warning, incoming game over. Warning, incoming game over.
Hello, folks. A game was surely played today. Much like the Habs, I'm starting off. No, I was gonna say I'm starting off badly like the Habs, but no, the Habs started off well. Um, this is Game Over. Montreal coming to you after the Habs lose 6-1 to the Tampa Bay Lightning. And I'm here to remind you that we're all gonna die one day. And that's pretty much all I can say about this game. Man, it was a game. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody who's joining me here tonight. I know it's not like the kind of game that you want to watch, or the game you want to talk about, but just as a heads up, I'm not going to be talking about the game very much because I don't really want to, and I'm the boss of what I do on this show. I'm not my own boss, but I am the boss of what I do on the show. Andrew's away, so Kay can do what she wants. Um, so, yeah, I'm not going to talk about the game very much, so don't worry about that. But I do really appreciate you guys joining me here. I'm seeing some familiar faces, as well as some new faces. First of all, just as a reminder, if you could just like the stream, be sure to do that. It just helps us out a lot in terms of engagement. And if you could subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, but really appreciate you guys being here. Um, so. Usually, the way that I've been trying to run these shows right now is I will go first period, we'll go through the game, and then second and third period, we'll talk about something, uh, and then the overtime, we'll do questions. Now, again, as I said, don't want to talk about this game, but what I'm going to do instead of, talking about this game is hand the floor over to you guys. Uh, you're always the people guiding the conversation, but today you're extra guiding the conversation because I have nothing else to talk. I have nothing to talk about. There's nothing I want to talk about from this game. So yeah. Um, I guess let's start with the fact that it was Pride Night tonight at the Bell Center, which is really, really cool. I'm really happy that they did that. I know that they're not doing the tape anymore on the sticks for reasons that we all know. Wait, let me turn this down. It's a little too bright for me. There we go. Okay, that's better. Um, so yeah, it's Pride Night at the Bell Center. Cool. Always good to see. I like their little rainbow thing they did. I wish there was more stuff being done in the community. I wish that, players were using rainbow tape, but we all know what happened with that. But it sucks, right? Like this was a game that you would really like to see something fun and exciting. But as far as I know, the only fun and exciting thing that happened was the fact that they played the trailer for Heated Rivalry during the first intermission on the Jumbotron, which is very funny and unexpected. So I'm happy to see that. And I believe two of the actors from the show, not the mains, but like two of the other ones were there in person, which I do feel bad about that. Yeah, I feel bad that they had to watch that one, but hey, come back for another one. Maybe these guys will perform. Um, does anybody remember Pride Night King Yoel Armia, where he scored a hat trick on in Pride Night? That was funny. It's a great bit by him. So yeah. Anyways, hockey is for everybody, including queer folk. Um, and if you aren't okay with that, then I doubt that you're on our channel if you're not okay with that, but hey. Um, okay, so first period. Okay, just a reminder, I will talk about whatever you guys want me to talk about. So anything in the chat, be sure to drop it. Um, I suppose we can get into some of the things from the game. Oh, there's something happening. My bad. I suppose we can get into some of the things from the game, just really quickly. And by some of the things, I mean why is Zach Bulduk on power play one? Um, there were some bad bounces. This team has zero composure, which how many times are we going to do the whole they're young, they can get away with it? It can't keep happening. Um, I felt bad for the crowd, man. There was no energy in that building. They could give them nothing. And then, obviously I disagree with the Bronx cheering, especially for like a goalie specifically. I don't really love Bronx cheering their team in general, but what else are you gonna do at that point? What are they giving you? Um, I thought their power play, they had some good looks, especially that first one before they went down 2-0. But they don't know how to keep it together. They don't know how to come back. Last year they were the comeback kings. This year they're just down and out. They feel like they don't have any fight. Um, I guess in a game like this, I try to remember the last time I was on Game Over, I was on the Toronto channel with Zach. And he was asking me about what the Habs had kind of been up to. And I kind of told him that it was up and down, but for the most part, I was hopeful. Um, and I try to remember that feeling. Excuse me. Sorry. Yeah, I try to remember that feeling of being like, hey, I thought that things were so fine then, like 2 games ago. Last game, I wasn't, we weren't able to do a show, but the Blues game, I don't know, one of the games. Yeah, the Blues game, I couldn't do a show. And that one I watched kind of half-heartedly, I'll be honest. Because I've been trying to, so just as a side note, I've been trying to take some time for myself recently. It's been a little hard to whatever. Anyways, I've been trying to take some time for myself, so I haven't been watching neither the Habs or the Avalanche very well recently. But excuse me. Uh but yeah, it seems like they had a relatively good game, just one period kind of crashed and burned. And that sucks. Or sorry, a few minutes in one period kind of crashed and burned for them. But this game there's no way around it. They were bad. They were bad. Um I I don't know what they're doing. I don't want to rag on the guys because they've been like the backbone of our defensive pairings since the beginning of the season because Mike Matheson and Noah Dobson have been great since the start of the season. However, something is happening with uh with Noah Dobson and I don't know what it is and I don't like it. Uh it's a problem if that becomes a problem, if this pairing becomes a problem because we have no solutions right now. We just don't. So there's been a little bit of that. I think Nick Suzuki has not been his best self. Cole has just had terrible luck. Slav is still doing his best, but I feel like he's resorting to some panic plays when it comes down to it. I, I'm seeing here, Kiana Matt said, getting a save is exciting these days. That's also true. Our goalies aren't helping. What were your guys' thoughts on Dobie being pulled? Because I did not think that that was performance based. I think that was Marty hedging his bets, going, Jakub Dobeš has played, I think, at playing today. I think he would have played 3 games in whatever. I think he's just been playing a lot of hockey. I think maybe Marty kind of took a look at that and went, okay, he doesn't seem to have it. Let's let Monty in. Yeah, the piano mat says, I think that was a mercy pull. I agree. Seems a little early for a mercy pull, but I do think that I think Marty did some calculus there. He did some math. And he decided that he would rather not let Dobie be in net for 2 more periods and save him for the next game. Um, Because you don't like putting Monty in like that. I don't know what you expect. The problems that existed before are the problems that still exist. And with a team that's not doing anything to help him, it's going to look worse. Everything's going to look worse. Everything's going to look bad. It's just not. I'm seeing Mickey Loud say it's sparing him from the team in front of him. Piano Matt adds that two of the three goals I think he should have had. I think one of those goals is one that he should have had. But two of them, you know, one of them definitely I don't think was anything to do with him. One of them is debatable. Let's say 1.5 of the goals I think he could have had. Um, but either way, it's just I think that that wasn't a Monty's getting his net back. I think that was a Monty can maybe have the chance to get his net back, but also Dobie, we need you, so rest. Which sucks that you have to essentially put the man that you thought was your starting goaltender in front of like he has to take the brunt of it, but he also had to be better. Um, so to end the second, they do get a goal. So they didn't get shut out, which is always a plus. It's a Kapanen from Suzuki and Demidov. Um, it was like a double miss by Nick Suzuki, I think. Like it went like two bounces that it didn't go in. Which to be fair to them, they also had some of those happen this period or this game, but I thought that was early in the game. And then in the second half of the game, they didn't have that because they weren't trying. Um, I don't want to make that judgment. They might have been trying, but they weren't doing anything. Um, so it's Kapanen from Suzuki and Demidov. Kapanen once again finds himself in front of the goalie, in front of the net, in the dirty areas. Very simple game. Just going to the front of the net and profit, and it works for him. So, hey, uh, you know, I kind of was on Blue Sky and Twitter, and I said that they're trying to give me hope, but I don't have hope. And then I added, but I do. I'm lying. And I did. But as soon as it's like 5-1 and it start the third, it's over. It's so over. I noticed Monty was kicking out some rebounds straight in front of him. The penalty kill was Monty was crouched in the net. I don't know why he was doing that. Um, I'm starting to think that it might. So this entire time, I've been kind of like a you can't trade for a goalie. There is no goalie to trade for. You just kind of have to make your way through this. I'm starting to think that at this point, it might be a we need a goalie situation because I still think Dobie is playable. I still think Dobie is giving you improved games. I think every game he's been improved today a it was just an off one, right? I think he is still playable. I think he still can win you games. You can't put him in as a rookie goaltender into the net every other game. Or sorry, like he can't play as much as he's been playing. We need another goalie. We need a goalie we can rely on. I don't think Sammy Montembeau is that goalie anymore, as much as that pains me to say. Because I just it was great seeing him have his success, but some things are just flukes sometimes, and it sucks to see. I know we're all super spoiled from seeing the kind of goalies that we did in the Bell Center for all these years, but I don't think it's a lot to ask. Uh, Claire in the chat says yuckity yuck yuck barf puke. Yep, that's pretty much it. Trinka, I had the game on, but I stopped watching. Yeah, I had it on and I was paying attention only as much as I needed to take my notes. But I'll be honest, at some point, even my notes got really sparse. Um, I think one of the only things I noted down from the third period was that Bronx cheer that Sammy Monty got when he got the made the save on the dump in, which I hate to see it, man. I hate to see it. I hate to see that. Um, you know, the road seems to be easier on these guys for whatever reason. So next game they're going on the road. Um, yeah. And now I am done talking about that game. I am going to move us on to our second segment where I will talk about something yet to be decided. I'll look through the chat. But meanwhile, as I do, I am going to send you guys over to our lovely sponsors, Inchu Bichu, and Andrew will tell you more about them.
Famous chateau at 4000 Rue Saint Ambroise lies one of Montreal's coolest secrets, a glamorous Gothic jewelry store owned and run by women. Inchu Bijou isn't just a business. They've built a community that supports bold creativity and expression. When I was first introduced to founder Astrid Episegomian's shop, I was floored by the detail, vision, and scale of what she's built from her own mind. I don't think anyone would call me goth, but I know an innovator when I see one. Along with building their own business, Inchu Bijou also hosts markets for vendors in their space called Marche Maleficarum, boosting their whole community. If you don't live in Montreal, explore inchubijou.com, where you'll find over 800 designs that range from affordable to bespoke. Check out Inchu Bijou right now, a Game Over partner from the beginning.
We are back. Yeah. Okay. So, hello again, friends. I look back at the chat a little bit. I am seeing some conversation about um so to go back all the way to the top, which do 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 um which thank you, David, who I see in the Toronto chat is or was visiting, so appreciate you being there. Um Yeah, Claire earlier said barf. That's all I have to say. Panamat says that, or earlier had said that the defense could be better, but I'm just stunned how bad the goaltending is this year. Yeah, but I think the issue is that these last, that little stretch that they had that was absolute ass and butt, they were playing well, in my opinion, and their goalies were just letting them down. I think this game they are active, like in this little last bit where they've been struggling, they've been actively playing bad-ish. Like the defensive breakdowns are fucking crazy. I don't understand how that happens. Yeah, I'm just looking at the chat again. Jean-Paul says that is it too early to talk about Fowler, and then clarifies that's not for calling him up, just to talk about something happy. Brought up Michael Haig, Engstrom. Yeah, man. Uh, I think it's something worth being excited about. Like it's worth there is still this team is not in a place where all their pieces have graduated or that this is the team that it is going to be. No, there's a lot in the future of this team that is not here yet that is going to be hopefully a part of this team when they are hopefully winning, right? Um so that's a so that's a good sign. Apologies again, folks. My chronic cough. She comes, she stays for a while. Um, gonna ask, I guess, do we just have to expect the Habs to tread water, or not be disasters until the players come back, or will the season be toasted by then? Um, Doc's back soon enough, right? Like relatively. Uh, And then I don't know what the timeline on Line A is. I know Gooley's a little further than that, and then unfortunately Alex Newhook is the furthest. I think March is his, perhaps. I might be making that up. Um, Listen, I think the issue here is that people, including myself, are very frustrated with the bottom six of this team, I think, right now. Because last year, if nothing else, we could rely on that fourth line to be solid for us. The Yoel Armia, Jake Evans, and Emil Heineman line. Um, they had their off games, but they had their time. Like most of the time, they were rather solid. This year, they're not doing very well because I don't think players are in their right seats. Because players who shouldn't be in the top six are in the top six because there is no other space that like there is nothing. No one else can. Okay, let's put it this way. When there aren't people who are appropriate for positions, you make do with what you have, which means moving up other people who aren't as good and would be better in their previous position, right? Like guys who are now on the second line would do much better on the third line, kind of thing. Um, I don't really understand why Texier or like not that he's been bad, but I don't Like the concept of Texier being on our second line is insane. But hey, he seems to have been fine. Um, to go back, Trinka says, I will say they had a really good start to the season. I managed to get into the playoffs with last year's garbage start, so I'm still not panicking, despite light goaltending panic. We didn't get Liney back until about this time last year and would have only just started turning the season around. I do think that there's something to be said for the fact that they banked so many points to start the season. Unfortunately, I think a lot of other teams did that as well. This season just seems to be weird in that way, but I don't like you're right. I think they're still very much in the running and their hot start helped them with that, so good for them. Um Hopefully as they start getting players back, it'll work itself out. I really I'm starting to wonder if a goalie comes in and that improves things. Uh Something's got to give. Man, something's got to give. I don't think that this team is as bad as their recent record. They weren't as good as the start of the year, but they aren't as bad as their recent record. Um Yeah, I'm not, I don't want to say I'm not worried because they still are very much a bubble playoff team. But I'm not hopeless. I'm not panicking about the possibility of a playoff run. Um, I think that they've given themselves enough of a buffer. Um, I'm really concerned about injuries. I really, really am. The entire league has been plagued really badly. This Olympic condensed schedule is just not good for anybody. So not a big fan of that, but yeah. Ultimately, I don't think that this is going to this is going to burn them. Yeah, ultimately I don't think this is going to burn them. Um I think they gave themselves a buffer there. So I am going to move on to our third period. So, excuse me. I am going to move on to a third period. But actually, yeah, I'm gonna move on to a third period and play the play the ad. I'll be right back, guys.
While you're browsing Inchu Bijou's goth shop, head next door and discover Montreal's most unique selfie studio. Whether you're looking to take some banger pics of your Halloween costume or cosplay, or you want to make some memories with friends, the Saint Motel has you covered. Experience their bombastic decors that are always changing, hop in the ball pit, and take advantage of their extensive and flexible on-site lighting. Head to lesaintmotel.com to book your time in the studio, book private time where you and your friends will be the only ones allowed in, or book the space for an event. The dedicated, caring staff will make sure that you have a good time. I do have one warning for you before you book. If you have kids, they won't want to leave. Whether you're at Le Saint Motel or in Chubiju, tell them Game Over sent you.
I'm back and totally did not die coughing that entire time. Um, Totally very normal and calm and cool. Um, okay. While we were on ad, Trinka brought up a great point. Says I also think that in previous years, with the number of injuries on this team, we would have been full of AHLers. At least our depth is low quality NHLers. Better to play some guys than call up guys before they're ready and mess with their development. I think that's a great point of view. Honestly, that's a great point. We don't have to, force up some guys who might not be ready because we literally don't have anybody to play. We have the Joe Valenos of the world in the bottom six right now. We have Texier in the second line right now. Um, yeah, so I think that's true. I just wish this team was giving us something more, man. I think I'm just bummed. I think that's it. I think that's what it comes down to is I am just bummed by this team right now. after how exciting that start was, there was always going to be a hangover when this team crashed a little bit. They were never going to be their record that they were to start the year. They were tied for the Avalanche for top of the league. Like that wasn't going to keep happening. But this is just not fun. I'm not having fun. I don't think I'm having fun, and I hate that. Um, but this team has the pieces to be having fun. I'm not losing hope. I'm just annoyed. I'm just bummed, man. I have I think this is where having other hobbies comes in. Where I'll be honest, there was a while there where like I didn't really have any hobbies. Well, I mean, I had hobbies, but like no community-based hobbies, no hobbies where I was talking to other people and getting this kind of like dopamine of interaction with other people. So, I had my embroidery. I big embroiderer. I used to do my nails. I was big into that. But I never really had a community for that. So I think recently I've just gotten into other things, including Heated Rivalry. I will actually say, very good show. Really liking it, really enjoying it. But yeah, anyway, so I've been, I think there's something to be said there's something to be said about having hobbies. You need to have something somewhere else to turn. You can't just let yourself live and die by your sports teams because sports teams are always going to, and everything's going to disappoint you at some point. Every, like, even movies I love make bad decisions, shows I love make bad decisions, right? But at least there's some amount of fiction to it. This, I'm watching real guys really struggle, and that doesn't always feel good. So, hey. Um, yeah, my point being, if you have a hobby, engage in it. You don't need to, if something is actively making you upset, you do not need to be engaging with it. I have to watch this scene because of the fact that I do this, right? And I love doing this. I love talking to you guys. I love coming on here, having these discussions. But ultimately, there's some games that if I wasn't doing the show, I might not watch. Um, and you are in that position, I think. A lot of folks, not everybody, but a lot of folks watching this don't have to finish the games. So that's ultimately my advice. You do not have to finish the games. If something isn't making you unhappy, you can turn it off. Turn on the Avs game. Watch the Avs game. Watch something else. Turn on a movie. Uh, you know, binge on a YouTuber. I you can do things, right? Um, I'm gonna catch up in the chat a little bit. Habs, absolutely. Hockey says we looked horrible. I'm annoyed when this team's defense doesn't know how to play and when the goalie doesn't know how to save a puck. Um, yeah, it's annoying. It's genuinely just annoying, man. It's annoying. I think we landed on the word of the day. Frustrating, annoying, you know, yeah. Um, just catching up. Thank you, David, for the chat. Just engaging a lot. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Yeah. I'm trying really hard. Yeah. I'm trying very hard to keep this fun because we all deserve to have fun. We really do deserve to have fun. Unfortunately, sometimes having fun means not talking about a game, but I will. I don't have to talk about a game. I can talk about hockey in general, I think. Or anything. Ask me questions, guys. I'll answer. Ask me questions. I don't also let me just take this second to say um absolutely Nikita Kucherov once again can kick rocks. He is such a little baby. They were up like 4-0 and he was whining about something. What are you doing, man? What are you doing? Whatever. Like that's just he annoys me so bad that like I just needed to pick on him for a second. And he loves playing the Bell Center. The Bell Center hates him, as they should. But yeah, just catching up. Um, I'm catching up on my mentions on my social medias to see if there's any questions there. Um, seeing some conversation, not necessarily in my mentions, but in general about a Fowler call up. Don't do that. You don't need to do that to that man. He does not deserve that. Like, and I don't mean that as in he hasn't earned that. I mean as in this team hasn't earned having like a new shiny goalie to play with. Um, let me just take a look in the oh, guys. That's okay, I see. News update from directly from the Montreal Canadiens Twitter. The Canadiens have recalled Owen Beck, Adam Engstrom, and Jacob Fowler from the Laval Rocket. Do not put Jacob Fowler in there. Oh my God. Do not do. Oh my God. Don't do it. What are we on? Don't do it. Why are we putting Jacob Fowler in there? Jeez, come on. Now I'm just pissed. Now I'm just mad. Now I'm mad. Now I'm so mad. Why are we doing this? Uh, Golkoff, a Karina friend on Twitter, points out we have 7 NHL rookies on our roster now. Owen Beck, Fowler, Engstrom, Kapanen, Demidov, Dobesh, Davidson. I don't think we're that hurt, or we're that cooked. I am scared about whatever injury is about to come out. Holy shit, I'm scared, guys. I'm scared. I don't know how to react to this. I think this is bad. I think this is bad. I don't know why they're doing this. Oh my God, live tweet you guys are seeing me make on the stream right now. Uh I'm, I am literally crashing out on stream about this live. Oh, jeez. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. They are pulling the lever. The they're hitting the button. They're hitting so hard. Jesus. Oh my God. Sorry, I'm just like catching up. I apologize. You guys are watching me find this out live. I'm just, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we? Okay, I'm gonna also post about this on Blue Sky. What is happening? And I am scared. Um, you guys are literally watching me just scroll my social medias. Uh, Trinkus's live game meltdown. And bring up a bunch of guys when your current guys don't already know how to play together. What are we doing? What are we doing? Why are they doing that? Holy shit! Terrible! 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 What the fuck? Holy shit! I'm. This is like Kent is hitting the button. The codes are being smashed. I'm scared. I think I've said that like 15,000 times, guys, but I'm really just scared. Sorry, I don't know if I've made it very clear. I'm sure I think I have, but in case I haven't, for audio listeners, just pointing out, just want to repeat what I am talking about. The Canadiens have posted a tweet saying the Canadiens have recalled Owen Beck, Adam Engstrom, and Jacob Fowler from the Lowell Rocket. Do not put Jacob Fowler in net. Do not put him in net. I'm gonna move on to our overtime period. And I'm gonna continue to react to this, but I'm gonna officially move us on to our overtime period, I think. Um, I'm just moving us on to our overtime period. I need to take a sip of water. I'm gonna give myself an aneurysm. Oh. Saltwater think tank says feed Fowler to the machine. It demands blood, demands a sacrifice. Feed the beast. Yeah, it truly, they're feeding him to the ghost of the forum, and the forum doesn't exist. Guys, oh, why, why? Trika says maybe it's just a warning shot. Maybe, maybe I'm scared. I'm really scared of what injury news is about to come out. I like Stephen Larusic says Fowler might deserve a start, but I don't think he should stay out for many games. Fowler might deserve a start. He does not deserve to suffer a start right now. He deserves to start in front of a good team. He does not deserve what this team is about to put him through. Are they hoping for a Jakub Dobesh thing again? Oh, suddenly a goalie comes up and they're fine. They're great. They pulled him up like in front of, they do well. That can't be your strategy. I'm crashing out about something that might not even happen, frankly, but I'm so. Trinka says, is it Gally? Is he hurt? Gally's hurt. Gally's so hurt. He is so hurt. And I don't, like, I get why he was playing because he felt like he didn't have any other choice. Get out of the lineup, man. Get out of the lineup. I'm pissed. I'm so pissed at some of these older guys, especially Josh Anderson and Brendan Gallagher. And maybe it's unfair. It probably is. But these guys are melting apart, melting down right with the kids. What are we doing? What are we doing? Jean-Paul asks, is there any send downs in the other direction? I haven't seen anything yet, but I'll keep an eye out for that. Saltwater Think Tank points out he's from Florida. Florida man says Montreal. I'll take it, but I don't think we should try that. Vaguely says, can I recommend drugs? You can recommend that vaguely. I will take it under consideration, but man, right now I just do not feel. Who gets scratched? Is there someone uh in the D core who gets scratched? Because I think James Struble has put himself in the firing line for that. I think Arbor Guy has been relatively decent, and James Struble has made some terrible decisions. You guys know I'm a James Struble defender. I simply cannot defend some of the plays he's been making recently. If it's Engstrom over one of the guys, if the entire group is healthy and somebody's gonna go out, it's gonna be Struble. It's gonna be Struble. Um, as far as Owen Beck, who are you taking out? Who needs to be out? Who needs to be out? Brendan Gallagher, maybe? Like Trinka said? I don't know. Um, and Fowler. Jacob Fowler. Gator. His nickname. Pretty good, by the way. One of my favorites. Nickname, Gator, because he's from Florida. So at least we have that. I'm checking. Uh just checking. Just checking. We're trying to see what's happening here. Um oh, Uh, not that anybody else except maybe me and vaguely cares right now, but Nathan McKinnon just hit 50 points. So good for him. That's what, 50 in how many games? 20 something? I don't, crazy, crazy good. He's crazy good. What? Uh, man, what the, this, uh, oof, I am, oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, vaguely points of 50 in 30 games. Good, good. Miss I Miss Saku says Carrie's knee has to be better by now. Man, I would take it. Uh, Carrie Price, the Sharks goalie, that is also true. He is with the Sharks now. MFM says if they were at the game, which I hope that you had fun despite the game. Crowd did not seem to be enjoying themselves, but hey, like you said, it's the people that you're with that I think really affects that. So my very personal experience is always tied to the vibes of the people around me, and the game was annoying, but some people behind me were so annoying. Yes, this seems like not a great one for you, then I apologize. Sucks. I know someone actually, lovely mutual on Twitter, Bren from the Habs cast, I believe, is the podcast name, drove from Hamilton, Ontario to Montreal for that game, through a snowstorm. So yeah, oh, thank you, Adam Firebear. Uh, I really did not want to get ready for this stream, but I was like, hey, it makes me feel a little bit more like myself. I haven't been feeling very much like myself the last few streams. I just haven't really been on it. I felt like anyways, so I wanted to set myself up. And my fun says I did have fun at the game. Thank you. Um, just gonna do another quick check. Uh, okay. Just checking. It's very funny, by the way, that Josh Anderson was just like, "Man, I'm done playing." Oh, that's crazy. Um, just can't. Oh my God. What the fuck? Expecting why? Why are you doing this? Oh. Take a few deep breaths. Holy shit. Um, oof, oof. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Okay. I'm gonna go soon. If there's something you guys want me to talk about, just be if there's something you guys want me to talk about, you can let me know. I'm fine to talk about it. But I am just gonna do before I forget, if you're here, please be sure to like, please be sure to subscribe. We really need interactions. Interactions are what drives the algorithm. Um, what interactions you give kind of shows YouTube what, you know, what places that you'd like to see more of, what places should get bigger voices. So really appreciate that. We are you know, we're at our we've been very blessed to have a lot of people who love to watch us. So I really appreciate that. But if you're new here, we're here after most Habs games streaming live. Um Recently it's been a bit, but hey. Um, oof. So if you have any questions, be sure to drop them. If not, I'm just going to do a quick check through, see if there's anything. Um, Alyssa, on we are mutuals on both Blue Sky and Twitter. Post I think it's from Madagascar movies or something, or it's like the gif of the little guy that's like, oh yay, I'm a sacrifice. That's what it feels like. They said, good luck, Gator. We know you know Florida. Time to learn play NHL hockey. I am. Oof. Oh, okay, I'm gonna do one last check, and then if you guys have nothing else for me, I'm gonna peace out because I need time to fucking r- process this. I did not. There, I have who said it here? Another person on my timeline. Now I'm just reading out people's tweets and posts to you guys. Yeah, I miss Saku. Also in our chat says a forward, defenseman, and a goalie. They're not happy with anyone. Honestly, deserved. Uh, okay, so I'm not. I appreciate you guys. This ended up lasting longer than I thought I would. I think because of that news and because you guys are so lovely. Yeah, next game is going to be Andrew, who's going to be joining you guys. And yeah, I love you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I have to go eat dinner. It's 10:40 p.m. Um, yeah. Okay. Love you guys. Again, like and subscribe. Love you so much. Thank you. See you.